we can't forget to talk about Shohei Ohtani and what he's done to this All-Star weekend, or week as we'll call it. He's made it so popular, really, and people are tuning in to watch him. He had the home run derby, and ESPN viewership for the home run derby peaked while Ohtani and Soto were having their derby off. So that really shows you what people are coming to watch. And then on the other side, he's starting for the AL, and then he's leading off, and that's something that is unprecedented, like we've talked about. But it really shows you what the way baseball can take their new generation of players, or the new movement they're trying to create around these players where the kids let them play. And I think it's going to be really big for the game to let someone Ohtani really carry your face of baseball. And it's going to increase viewership because you're going to watch him pitch, you're going to watch him hit. I mean, he's got 33 homers with a 3.45 or 3.5. He's got in those ranges ERA while he's hitting 33 homers. I mean, that's something we've never seen done before. Even when Babe Ruth, I mean, you look back to Babe Ruth, he really was a pitcher with the Red Sox, and he wasn't the biggest hitter with the Red Sox. And when he came to the Yankees made a deal with him. Listen, we're not going to make you an everyday starter because we want you hitting for us. And he did relieve, he did pitch in the postseason, but what Ohtani is doing has really never been done before. And that's why the All-Star game and the Derby probably were most successful, because he's bringing a whole group of viewers that never would have watched baseball. Now they want to see someone pitch and hit, which is really something that we've never thought we would see, but we're seeing it right now.
Shohei Ohtani is truly marvelous. The fact that this guy can do what he does consistently between pitching and then hitting, like you said, Mike, he has 33 home runs. That's the first in MLB this year. He's remarkable. And on top of that, he's second in OPS. So he's hitting all these marks in terms of what he can do. And I can't think of a more perfect face of baseball right now, honestly. I mean, this guy is just fun to watch because of, the difficulty level of what he's doing out there. I mean, most of these guys, you're either a pitcher or you're a field position player. There's really no in between, and there hasn't been for a long time, since maybe Babe Ruth. And like you said, when he was with the Red Sox, he was a standard pitcher, a good pitcher at that. But it wasn't until he got to the Bronx that he was really known as this power hitter. So this is uncharted territory. And for those saying that Ohtani's not, qualified to be that face, I strongly disagree. And I think he's the first of many, many young players that could potentially lead this movement for the MLB into getting back into the mainstream. I think of guys like Tatis Jr., Ronald Acuna. I mean, just the list goes on. And people are genuinely excited to watch these guys play. I mean, that's something that I haven't seen with baseball recently. And it's nice to see that coming back, because it's reminding me of the NBA a little bit, in that you might not be supporting a particular team, but you want to see what Steph Curry does, or you want to see if LeBron can come back in the finals and have a great game, or you want to see if Giannis can lead the charge against the Suns. And I think the MLB is headed in that direction where you have so much young talent that people are going to tune in just to watch this guy or that guy and see how great they can be. I think of Jacob deGrom. I live in New York. I turn on Mets games every 5 days, fully anticipating deGrom to be dominant and to strike out 14 guys. I mean, I genuinely look forward to it. And I can imagine people do the same with Ohtani when they tune in to watch him play, or they go to the ballpark. This is the path that the MLB has been blessed with now, with this young talent. And it'd be a shame not to let these guys go out there and be great.
Yeah, Colin, I really agree with a lot of things you say. And I think you make a really good point to one of the things that I've always been a fan of, which is letting pitchers hit and keeping the no DH rule in the NL. I mean, what's better to watch than DeGrom strike out 14 and he had 2 base hits, which he's done multiple times this year. And I think the continued movement that you have athleticism, and you have Michael Lorenzo for the Reds, who 2-8 for a while, and now you got Shohei Ohtani, is that if you let pitchers hit, it makes it exciting when pitchers do good things at the plate and then they're dominating on the mound. So although it's a thing that is not really what we're going to talk about today, but I think it's interesting to mention that there's a lot of things the MLB can do to promote the game and to younger audiences and to grow the game. And I think Shohei Ohtani could be an example of that moving forward.
Well, too,
I agree with you both. I mean, just to say quickly, when you've got that much talent, I don't care if you need an interpreter at all. Shouldn't be about that at all. It shouldn't be about how much talent you have. If you're a relief pitcher who does the job well and you have an interpreter, I don't care. Now, if Shohei Ohtani were the face of the sport and doing terrible things off the field, like criminal activity, like that's a different. He doesn't speak English, and that's not a crime, man. Absolutely a perfect face of the sport, in my opinion. I mean, you can go viral on TikTok for posting a video of Shohei just in the clubhouse trying to balance a baseball on his arm or anything of the sort. People love the guy, and I just think it's ridiculous that his ability or inability to speak English is even at all taken into consideration when it comes to him being a potential face of the sport.